Welcome to the Type 2 Diabetes Brotherhood. I'm going to show you guys my blood sugar results for everything I ate today. I also want to talk about what I would do different if I was going to reverse Type 2 diabetes, knowing what I know now, almost a year and a half, a little bit over a year and a half later. There's so much that I've learned and continue to learn, but using this continuous, what's on the other arm now, this continuous glucose monitor, which you're going to see the interface on everything I've eaten, that was definitely a game changer. Today's Saturday, May 31st, 2025, and let's get into what I would do different if I was just diagnosed. What I did do when I was diagnosed back in 2023 in September, I started doing the 30-30-30 thing. It's a Tim Ferriss deal where you have 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking up, going for a 30-minute nice like fast walk where you can still have a conversation, right? You're not completely out of breath. What I would do different though is I would have introduced like an egg protein into my diet, because I was using like a collagen based protein, and I tried a plant based, a pea protein, and it had xanthium gum and stuff. This is all recommended to me by the my doctor that I hired. My what do you call those doctors? I always forget the damn name. The oh my God. It's basically where medical, like modern medicine meets holistic medicine together. And I can't think of the name right now. I don't know why. It just slipped me coming on live in here. It'll probably hit me here in a minute. Functional medicine practitioner. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, I spent $13,000 and they gave me some diet. They took me off beef and stuff, eggs, which ended up being the best thing for me, the eggs and the beef. It took me off a couple other things like pork and stuff like that. But what I would have done different is I would have done more of an egg-based protein powder. And that's what I do now. Also doing one of the things I experience headaches. I'm doing a salt soleil. So this is basically get a gallon of water, and then you're going to get about a quart-sized jar, dump about, I don't know, 6 tablespoons of salt, mix it up, let all the salt settle to the bottom, grab 2 tablespoons, add that to your water every day so you don't get migraines. So that's another thing I started getting. I just got thirsty all of a sudden. But yeah, the reason why is that the collagen-based proteins, the plant-based suck. Pea protein is known to give indigestion. You know, too much of it. I was drinking them every single day. And xanthium gums is something I found by accident. I couldn't figure out why my gut was all messed up, why I was getting irritable bowel syndrome. Guys, I was like a fart machine. And it wasn't until I switched to an animal-based protein shake in the mornings that really helped me out. So the reason why I did the shakes too was 30 grams of protein to eat like 6 eggs or something it was kind of difficult for me in the morning, especially first thing. Like I'd get up at like 5, 6 in the morning before I go to work. I'm a roofing contractor by trade, so I went full Sparta. Even though I was high, physical demanding job, I still did my walks and my protein shake. And it was supposed to, the 30 grams is supposed to help shed fat. And I knew that fat was something that, was not good for type 2 diabetes. So I gave it a shot. A lot of these things I've tried, I didn't know whether they'd work or not. So it took me months, if not an entire year, all the way till now to really start figuring stuff out, like to get it down, like zeroed in, lasered in, focused. So yeah, what I do now is I use mostly animal-based collagen, and then I'll add an egg protein powder, a full egg with not just the whites, but the yolks as well. And that would have gave me more of the protein for muscle building. I lost like just under 50 pounds and I got a skinny frame now and I'm trying to bulk up a little bit. And the push-ups and stuff I was doing back then, I wish I would have done more protein. I probably would have been a lot further ahead right now, because muscle mass too helps to absorb. Think of muscle mass like a sponge. If you do have any sugars, which a lot of people don't know, even protein, excess protein intake converts to sugars, right? So your muscles can hold those sugars like a sponge. So the more muscle mass you have on you, the better off you're going to be. The less fat you have on you, the better off you're going to be. So yeah, I lost just under 50 pounds doing this Tim Ferriss thing, and it worked. So that's one thing I wanted to spread the awareness to you guys. But I would go, like I said, more of a protein-based drink instead of more of the collagen. Now, it has protein in it, but it doesn't have the building blocks for muscle gain. And if you do what I do, you might be scared to think that you lost muscle mass, right? No, you're not really losing muscle mass. At least the science says it's mainly just like water and stuff, especially if you start eating more like carnivore, low carb. You're not getting so much of that moisture, I guess, in your body. For some reason, I can't remember the science of it, but it appears that you're losing muscle, but it's all the water basically evaporating out of your muscles. So I'll keep it really simple. So yeah, I would have done that different. I would not have changed the walks, the 30-minute walk first thing in the morning. What I would have changed though is to do them right when I got home. So I would have done 2 walks per day, which I did. After about a half a year, I started adding an extra walk. And then if I'd had a day where I didn't work, I would do 3 walks, 30 minutes. So an hour and a half total per day, which is equivalent to somewhere around 5 miles a day of walking. And that's what sped things up so much faster. So to kind of recap here, if I would have taken the proper proteins, I probably would have been gaining a little bit more muscle mass way beforehand. And if I was walking at least twice a day, I probably would have expedited the reversal of type 2 diabetes that much faster. And I did do it in like 3 months, but I got my A1C from 6.5 down to 5.3. And yeah, it was a challenge, right? The other thing I think I would have done is I would have started more of the paleo carnivore-ish diet a lot sooner. My doctor, my functional medicine doctor, I paid, 13 grand to get it done. So I was like, well, I guess they know what they're doing. Let's give them a chance. Knowing what I know now, I would have gone more onto the diet of more carnivore. I would have done a lot more carnivore. And one of the things I think I would have done too is I probably would have started doing, once I lost all the weight, I probably would have started doing a little bit more resistance training, a little bit more hardcore. I didn't take it quite so hard in the beginning. I had to go to work. I'm a single dad. I own a roofing business and stuff. So there was just a lot. I was learning a lot. I had to research. But definitely if I was advising someone now, I'd be like, you know what? If you've been living a sedentary life, I would just stick to the walking, because I see a lot of these so-called healthcare certified nutritionists and stuff like that telling people to do, like, start lifting weights, like doing resistance training. I'm like, you should not tell somebody who's been living a sedentary life to start doing resistance training. You're going to injure yourself. My advice would be, if this makes sense, just stick with the walking, get the weight loss down, get rid of all that fat, and start doing light workouts, not full resistance training. Like, get your ligaments, your joints and everything used to working out. Work your way very small and then up, because I have advised a number of people about this, and they were like, thank you so much, man. I was doing resistance training. I thought there was something wrong with me. I pulled a muscle, threw my rotator cuff out and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, man, you should not be doing that. You don't want to just jump in. You got to warm yourself up. So that's what I would have done different. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I can't even fit in this video. It would take probably hours. Let me know what you guys want to hear about. But for now, let's get into the continuous glucose monitor, and let me show you what I ate today. And hopefully this stuff's helped. Hopefully all these little tidbits help you guys. I'm giving you everything that I have done that worked for me, and hopefully you guys can gather all this information, put it to use, message me and let me know if you guys need anything more. But we're going to keep going on this every single day. And as I keep remembering all the things that I've learned and all the things that I would do different, I definitely want to share them here. But let's take a look at those blood sugars. All right, so here's the interface to my continuous glucose monitor. And for some reason, I'm getting a little spike right now. I don't know why. My CGM, my continuous glucose monitor, has been wonky, but I just want to show you guys. Here's what happened. I had to put a new one in last night, and it's just the first 24 hours. It's useless to try to even make any sense. This is it trying to dial itself in to calibrate itself, and it takes a while. A little bit of drama here. I put my first sensor in, and guys, I've been doing this over a year and a half, and never had one fail like this. Like I put it in and then the sensor told me it was not working, that you need to replace it. It's completely dysfunctional. So I had to put a new one in. I contacted the provider and they're going to send me a new one. These guys are really good at getting back to you. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, here's what happened last night. Pretty much useless information here as far as to what to go on for blood sugar results. But the gray zone here is the optimal glucose range. It says I'm at 94% because I did have a little spike today. Usually I'm at 100, so I'm not quite the show pony today. But that's fine. You know, you want to stay between 80 and 100. That's like your goal. If you could be there, you're doing really good. If you get at 100, you're just like maximizing the whole thing out. And I'm a show pony. That's why I like to stay in 100%. That way you guys know that I'm like the Bruce Lee of type 2 diabetes. This is the milligrams per deciliter. And as I move the needle, you'll see that change. There's the time up there and also the date if we go backwards. But yeah, I woke up this morning supposedly at 7 o'clock, so I was 88 milligrams per deciliter. And let's see here. So yeah, it's dialing itself in over here. I woke up in the morning and had myself a sparkling lemon water. And you can see, whoops, looks like we bumped that thing up. Sparkling lemon water, it looked like it gave me a rise. But again, guys, it's a new glucose monitor. So, but I'm still in range, so that's good. For breakfast, I had corned beef, like a half a pound of corned beef and about 4 eggs with salt and pepper. It was pretty delicious. Let's go through today here. So everything's kind of starting to level out with the CGM here, but not quite. I was using a glucometer and it just wasn't, it was giving me ups, downs. One says I was 130, one says I was 115, one said I was like 98. And I was like, all right, whatever. So in the evening, to recap on that, the last one I took, it was 96 milligrams per deciliter, and the glucometer, which is the finger stick, said 96. So I know it finally dialed itself in. That was probably somewhere around like 4 p.m. So yeah, right over here, this is what I had was strawberry and Nutella. This is my homemade Nutella. And according to this, I didn't really have much of a spike whatsoever. It wasn't until I got here. This is a new drink I made, a cucumber, lime, mint, black cherry. And I used the stevia glycinate, which I haven't used ever, really, just a couple times. But I have noticed every time I've taken it, I've had this bump. And it's supposed to be stevia. It's not, you know, I use regular sweeteners, like natural sweeteners. None of them. Allulose, regular stevia. What's the other one they got there? Yeah, the allulose, the stevia, the monk fruits. None of them spike me, really. And this is the first time I think it was this, or it was the black cherries. But this is not really bad. This is normal. For normal people to have carbohydrates that don't have type 2 diabetes, it's normal to hit 140 as long as it comes back down within 2 hours. And you can see it came down well within 2 hours. Right here, I actually had, this is the cucumber smoked salmon sushi. It is freaking amazing. I'm going to have it again tomorrow and test it out. But this time I'm going to put lemon wedges on it. Oh my God, you guys. It was fabulous. It was just slices of cucumber with avocado, cream cheese, smoked salmon, capers, a little bit of olive oil, and let me think what else. And heavy black pepper. It was phenomenal. But tomorrow I'm going to add in, I tried the last one with the lemon wedge, and it was refreshing, man. This is like a perfect like picnic food. It's just awesome. If you're craving, having a hankering for sushi, definitely want a good recipe. So this is something I just invented, threw together, thought would taste good, and it definitely did. So it gave me, I was already up here when I ate it. I was already up at 122, and it looked like it just kind of stabilized before it came down. That was what I ate that at 306 by 351. So almost about 40 minutes. Was that? Yeah, it's about 306. So about 45 minutes it came down, and then way down over here, down to 99. So I don't think that that has a big spike on blood sugar, but we're going to try it again tomorrow without the cucumber lime mint drink and see what kind of, and certainly after this continuous glucose monitor has stabilized a little better. So like I said, your first 24 hours is not really that ideal. My next meal was a diet squirt. And as you guys can see, didn't really have much. I don't really drink these all the time. This is definitely junk food for me. But it's Saturday and I was feeling it, so I had one. And yeah, didn't really do much to me. Right here, let's see, we had pastrami sandwich. Oh my God, you guys. This is my homemade egg bread I've been perfecting for a couple months now, a lot of months. And this is the first time I've made a pastrami sandwich with pickles, mustard, a little bit of mayo. It was freaking phenomenal, you guys. I can't wait to get this recipe ready for you guys. It's a lot of work, you know, trial and error to see what works, what doesn't, as far as flavor, texture, and all that. But what I love about it is the bread doesn't fall apart. It's more like a tortilla. You can make a loaf of bread out of it. I've had better luck making the tortilla. And it didn't taste like white bread, right? But it was the best thing that, you know, you can see it doesn't spike your blood sugar. It was the best thing that I can make, a remake for a pastrami sandwich so far. Like, it was fucking jamming. I think I had, yeah, a Diet Coke with lemon for dessert. And you can see both of those just gave me a little tiny bump, but not much. And then for dessert here, I usually don't eat this late too. At 7:30, I felt just kind of hungry still for some reason, so I had myself a protein shake. This was just a collagen shake, and it looks like everything was fine. We were doing all good for hours, and I don't understand what this is here. Blood sugar is just like really wonky today. It might be because of all this food. I normally don't eat like this, and I've been doing like 24-hour fasts and stuff. And today I just ate a bunch of what I consider junk food. And it looks like it's just kind of having its day with me over here. So yeah, you know what I'm going to do is, let's see how wonky this thing is. I'm going to bring my glucometer here and we're going to check this out to make sure everything matches. So I'll be right back. Let's do a glucometer because we've never done this before. All right, so I'm preparing my glucometer right now. Now the glucometer, the finger stick, it gives you your readings like right away. And the continuous glucose monitor is like 10 to 15 minutes behind. So I don't know. We'll see what's up with this. And what you want to do is, I can't show the blood. You want to take your finger prick, squeeze the blood out, wipe it, and then get a second one. That gets rid of, it's like the proper way to do it. All right, let's see what this glucometer is going to say. 120. Okay, so we'll see if in 15 minutes that comes back down to 120. Now it could be off a little bit, like I think it's like 15% or something or 20% is acceptable. So if it's like 10 points off, like this is saying 120, that's saying 129, that's supposed to be acceptable. But I like to get it dialed in, because if I'm 129, that's way higher than 120, and I like to have exact numbers. So this is why I recommend a glucometer all the time. Carry it on you. And this CGM is the only one that I'm aware of right now that you're able to actually calibrate. So yeah, I'm going to see if that drops down within 15 minutes. I'm going to set the timer on my phone and then we'll find out. But a little bit of some learning for you guys today. Hopefully this has helped you out. If it has, make sure you like and subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see next, man. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.